Hey guys, welcome back. This is Chosen Architect, and today we're going to be making things a little bit easier on ourselves, so I hope you guys are ready. So I've been a little bit busy, and we're going to even work on this more today. But I do have this wonderful dark glass. I think this looks amazing, actually, having dark glass for the bottom. And then I went ahead and used stained glass, kind of mimicking my colors. Kind of going right here. So we have our orange and blue. I have a little bit of greenery to kind of make it look more lively here, and added a tree. You know, most office environments, you know, they'll have like one bonsai pot, you know, in the office to kind of make it look not so dead. I can actually get rid of these torches. I'm going to end up with one spot there, which I'm going to throw a torch down. But yeah, you know how most offices have that like one bonsai tree or one potted plant, just to kind of make the office not look so dead and kind of bring up the mood. But I did go ahead and set this up. And what I plan on doing is, at least for this little section, I did get a lot of criticism, I guess you could say, some good criticism. And that was to not spend so much time inside my transmutation table. Now, don't get me wrong. This pack is all about the transmutation table. It's all about EMC and how to automate with it. There are things in this pack that you cannot use EMC for. And those things are going to have to be automated by hand, which is I'm perfectly fine with. But today we are going to hopefully get ourselves going with an acceleration wand. That is the goal for today. So we will be killing a wither at some point. And we also need to move some of our machine stuff. So I've already got some of the Ender IO machines moved over here. And you can see it just looks really good setting here. It was actually too thick. There's actually another layer of this dark glass below. And it looks really good. So we're going to continue going with this. These lamps are not going to stay. Currently, I have painted a lot of painted stuff. So right here is painted slabs. I made a painter from Ender IO. And if you've never seen this, you can actually throw something like this in the painting slot. And then say you want to paint it with glowstone, like this right here. You put glowstone in this slot, and you'll end up getting a block that will emit light. Much like glowstone, but it'll have the texture of all the other blocks that are around. So like over here, there is glowstone underneath that tree. There's glowstone built into here. All kinds of good stuff going on. But anyways, let's get on with today's video. One of the things that I definitely need to make is a transmutation tablet. Just so I don't have to stay in the center all the time. So just to make a transmutation tablet, we need dark matter blocks. To make dark matter, we need this, the Eternalist fuel with diamond blocks to make that. So let's go ahead and get that. So, diamond. Let's grab some diamond. And I know I'm doing exactly what I said I can't do, but I have to do this in here. So let's grab this. By the way, I've hit a billion EMC at this point, pretty easily. So let's go ahead and make this this big part of Project E, which is the dark matter. All right, so dark matter should be pretty easy to make. There we go. And now we can just throw this dark matter and learn it. And we should be good. Let's make a dark matter block. And we should be able to learn that as well. And there we go. Dark matter blocks are actually really good for your EMC farms, by the way. These stack, and look how much EMC this actually holds. You can see right here, it's actually pretty high on the EMC list. But we're going to need 4 of those. And we're also going to need some obsidian and stone. I have an Enderman just teleporting around me all of a sudden. And then obsidian. And that should be about it, I think, to get our transmutation. Oh, and we need a transmutation table. There we go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and craft this. This is going to make my life a little bit easier. I will no longer need to go to my central location. I can just open this up and have my transmutation table at all times on me, which is really handy. Like, no pun intended, handy. So, now that we have that, it decides to rain, so I guess I'm going to take a short cut here, and I'm going to get some of this Ender IO stuff moved to where I want it to go, and then we're going to get started. So now that I got everything sort of moved over here, kind of out of the little corner that we had it in, because eventually I'm going to clean this up, and this isn't going to be here, so I want to kind of make it look like every other section, and sort of have, you know, trees allowing us to go into these places. But for right now, let's go ahead and get some power transfer done. The power transfer is going to be Flux Networks. And the reason I want to do this is because early game, this can be very powerful, but it can also be very, very effective, and I think it's going to be probably the best that we can set up, and we'll probably end up using it for most of the Let's Play as we go on. So to get started with it, let's go ahead and throw down here some of that, and we'll get some of that Flux. We should be able to pop that to get our Flux picked up. There we go. Now, Flux has an EMC value, so each one of these things are going to be saved. We're going to save that. I don't really need the Flux, but we're going to work with it here in just a second. So, to make that, we need a Flux core. We're going to need some obsidian, some Eyes of Ender, which we can make real quick. Let's just make Eyes of Ender, and that will get us what we need. So now we have a Flux core. So let's go ahead and save the Flux cores. The main thing we're working towards is getting to the plugs and stuff like that, and then we can work our way through this. All right, so Flux, Flux core, Flux block. That's what we're working on next, right? Let's get ourselves a Flux block. We'll save that, and we can continue on our way. So what we're going to need is a Flux plugs and Flux point. Flux plugs are going to be where our power is pulled from and how it's going to enter our network, and the Flux points is going to be the power that's leaving the network. So to make this, we need Flux cores, and we need Flux blocks. So, Flux cores and blocks. Should be pretty simple to make at this point. So, there we go. I know a lot of people were saying that the EMC kind of feels like creative mode, and it's what it's intended to do. But believe me, not everything in here is creative mode. The goal of this pack is to build up money, but you have to get through the main part of the pack before you can start building money. So, now we have a Flux point and Flux plug. We can actually now make our first network. So both of those are learned. Now I'm also going to want to make a controller. The controller should be pretty easy for us to obtain as well. Let's go ahead and make that. I'm going to show you guys how to set all of these different parts up and how to get them working. And then we're also going to need to work on this. So let's get some glass. We'll make some glass panes real quick. Just got to get this early game crafting out of the way, and then we can get on our merry way. So there's our basic Flux storage. Now, to move on to the next one, we're going to need 6 basic Flux storages. So these actually, even though it does have glass panes in them, it can still be pulled out of here. So we're basically just like bypassing the crafting for them. And we can throw this in here and get 6 of those, and then that will allow us to make the next tier up, which is the Herculean Flux storage. Believe me, these are just increasing the amount of storage you can hold. You can have multiples of these as well. And then this is going to require 6 of those. So, let's take 6 of these. And we should be able to craft the highest tier. So that's pretty much everything in this mod. So I'm just going to use one of the gargantuans for right now for our centralized power storage. And we need to figure out where to place this thing. You know what? We might actually do 4 of them, right? So, 4 of the gargantuan. And I'll show you where I'm going to place these. I don't know why 1 is... Maybe they only stack to 3? That's weird. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Well, actually, we probably need more than what we have. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 8 of them. So there we go. That's 8. So that'll be 8 in total. And I'm just going to place them here. And then we'll link all of them. They'll actually look pretty cool once we select our colors for them. But for power storage, once they're all connected, they will look pretty cool. Alright, so now that we have that, let's get our centralized power network going, and it's really just coming out of here. We don't have that big of a power source, so this is going to be pretty great. So let's go ahead and create a network, and this will be Chosen's network. I can just close this out. I'm the only one that's going to be seeing this, so input is what this is going to be, and we're going to set this to red, if I can get the red. There we go. So let's max out. I think it's one. Can't remember what the max is on that. Should tell us here in a minute. I think it's 256 or something like. I think it's 256. It's been a while since I've done my colors. Set that to 0. Set the blue to 0, and that will max. Won't it max out? I guess not. The red needs at least. That makes it pink. I love playing around with colors, though. Let's knock some of the blue. Let's add blue, I guess. 60 and 60. Huh. I thought it goes up pretty high. I don't know. I'll leave it there. I'm derping around. Look at this. Private, allow, conversation true. Make sure that's all saved. And then make sure we select it. Now, these are public networks that are available for people in the server that the community set up. We're going to go with our private network. Only I can see this one. So make sure to select it. Now, we'll actually uncheck that, even though I don't have to worry about it at this point. We only can maximize... The maximum amount of power we can pull is 25,000 RF per tick. So what we can do, though, is take these and make sure we set these to the right network. And these will all be red. And this is just pretty much storage buildup is what this will do. This will become our storage network. Now, I'm not worried about these. I'll probably change them later and uncheck the, just so I'm not wasting time, uncheck the enable limit. It's no big deal. But this will pretty much be our draconic power storage before we get draconic power storage. Which is very useful. So, there we go. Getting pretty far, right? And look at this thing. These are all linked, or at least they should be all linked. And we have a mass storage now of 128 million RF, right? Or is that just a local buffer for each one? No, we have a 1 billion RF is the network buffer. Each one of these can hold 128 million RF, I guess. So, with that being done, we have 1 billion RF worth of storage available in our network. And we can see right here, this is actually drawing out 24 from it, which is great. So, let's go ahead and actually take some of our points. Let's point this up. I'm going to grab a couple points. And I guess we can use our cables. I don't know. I think this would probably just be better. Just throwing a point on top of these guys for right now. And on this one, have to throw it in the back, because we do have a chest there. Let's remove the chest. I think this is going to get in the way here. We might change the way that's set up eventually. And we'll just put the chest here for right now. Eventually, we're not going to even use this in this manner. We won't need to have this top section set. So let's be set to pull. There we go. And we're good to go. Alright, so let's set the network. We need to set this to the input network. The reason I set it to input was for whenever we actually have our external storage buffer. For right now, this is just a main network, and what goes in can also come out. But later on, we'll have an output. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this done. And this done. Awesome. Now all we need to do is set up our controller. Now our Flux controller is going to use our network here. And this network is going to power us wirelessly. Like power our inventory wirelessly. We need to figure out somewhere to put this thing, though. That is the thing. I guess we can set it here for right now. And then we just need to select our network. Like that. And then on our home page, you see right here, wireless charging set to disable. Let's enable that, disable this. and then we can actually go to the Configure Wireless Charging tab, and we can select or deselect what we actually want to be charging. So we can charge things that are in our right hand. By default, these are ticked off. So if you're having issues with it not working, it's because these are automatically ticked off. So now if I hold this item in my hand, it should charge. Literally all this will stay charged. My armor will stay charged. Yeah, it should work. Everything should be working at this point. And that's Flux Networks. We have officially learned how to use Flux Networks. And yeah, we're going to use it from this point on. So the next thing I want to make is a wither cage. And just a temporary wither cage. I don't want to make this, you know, too crazy. But let's go ahead and get the reinforced. What I'm using right here is reinforced obsidian from Ender.io. Boy, this stuff brings back memories from old school Ender.io. Because I remember just sitting there working on it like on Sky Factory 3, trying to get enough of that to work for the wither. But like in a pack like this, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So let's take that reinforced obsidian. We're going to take a stack or 2 of that. And we're going to get to work with this. So I need to find just somewhere small to set this up. I don't have flight yet, so that's a big part of, you know, I just don't have anywhere really I just haven't started working on flight yet. I normally don't. I normally don't push flight, because when I get flight, I feel like the pack's sort of done to me, and I normally don't strive for getting flight right away. So let's grab some gray blocks. We're just going to use this to extend a little ways in one direction. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be a temporary location for right now. Awesome. So let's go out in this direction a couple blocks. And we probably should grab some torches while we're out here. Let's grab just a couple torches, just to be on the safe side. Alright, that should be plenty far away. This guy's not going to create that much of an issue for us. Alright, so we'll get this sort of situated here. A little bit of building. Just enough to get a wither cage set up. Now, a wither cage only needs a cube this size. Very, very small. Doesn't need that much space at all. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a walking platform. And killing him is also not that hard either, as you're about to see. So, I'm going to break this section here, and we're going to place down the reinforced obsidian. Nice. It even has a really cool texture, now that I see it. Awesome. So, let's build this out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're pretty much going to need a 5x5 with a 3 in the center. So, we'll have a 3x3 cube in the center for the wither. Is there glass? I don't think there's glass. I would say let's make some glass, but is there wither proof? No, unfortunately there's not any glass in this pack. But I have seen it in other packs. Alright, so throw that down. I almost feel like this has like does it have a raised up texture? It does. Oh man, Ender.io, man. You were rocking it with the like 3D textures. I am really enjoying that. Awesome. So yeah, let's just continue building this cage. If we had a wand, it'd probably be easier on us. And yeah, we should have enough here. So this is 1, 2. We need to go up 1 more. That's 3. And then we need to cap this thing off. Just like that. And we can also use the wand for this. Perfect. Alright, let's hop down. I'm going to use this. Hopefully this lets me mine through it. Oh yeah, look how fast that mines through this stuff. It's like it doesn't even exist, basically. Crazy, crazy fast. And we're going to grab ourselves a mob crusher that we have available. And a point. And guys, we are about to take out the wither. Let's grab our wither skeleton skulls. Now, these are not EMCable, so you do have to have some sort of farm to set these up. And that's what I have setting here. That's what this is doing, this fortune, which is actually looting, which I showed how to set up last episode. So, we have that done. What else do we need? I think that's about it. By the way, I have some Wither Skeleton trophies. I have some trophies that have built up over time. But I think that's about it. We need soul sand. And there we go. Alright, let's get this guy placed. This can actually be right up next to this. I think we might need one range upgrade. We can use a tier 1 upgrade, that's fine. But this wither cage should prevent these blocks from being broken. Let's see how far this actually goes. That should be plenty, I think. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Should be 5 blocks in front of it. So, let's just break it real quick just to place it, make sure it's one right here. Okay, so, let's give this some power. Make sure to select our network. This thing now has power, is ready to go. All we gotta do is spawn in a wither. Right? So, oh, I didn't mean to place that. Give me your head back. There we go. And, yeah, let's just get this guy made. And then I'm going to make sure these blocks are in my inventory so I can just close this thing up so he doesn't... I don't think he'll escape, but he can blow this up, so I will have to close this. And there he is. We'll close it up and let this thing go to work for us. That's all we need to do. So it shouldn't take too long. And that guy should explode, hopefully not blowing this up, because that witherproof blocks, they should prevent block damage when it's at least a cube. Yes. Oh. He sort of went up in the air for some reason. But we got what we needed. We got the Nether Star. That's exactly what I wanted. And I don't know why he went up in the air. Maybe because... I don't know. I've never... His head kind of got stuck up there. Maybe this axe is a little bit different than anything else. But we got what we needed. So I'm going to go ahead and actually break this. Take this back with me. Take you with me. And you. And all I really wanted was that Nether Star. And now I have one. And we basically have unlimited Nether Stars. And guess what we get to do with this Nether Star? We get to figure out how to make an acceleration wand. Yes. We're going to be doing that in just a second. So, Paul Murray on YouTube has had a wonderful comment that it just never clicked in my mind to do this. But he mentioned when you go to sieve things, which we're going to be sieving pretty much what this chicken I've been breeding up is supposed to do. But you can see it takes a little bit of time. This really won't take effect until we get until we get an acceleration wand. Will these roosts actually take off? But for right now, he said that use 8 sieves instead of 9, because a stack is divisible by 8, not 9. Which in my head, I just go, whoa. Like, I was just like blown away, because I just never thought of it that way. So I'll never end up with that wasted 1 sieve worth of 1 items. So that's awesome. I appreciate that, man. For that comment. Like, I was like sitting there going, why didn't I think of that? That's so like, it's just, I should have known that. So let's take the soul sand, and this should be a 10% chance drop to get a nether wart, which is what I'm after. We should probably get it within the first one. So, yes, that's simple. So that's all we need. I don't really need this guy right now. I will keep that chicken. I do have a storage for all the chickens that I've been breeding up. Yeah, I've been breeding up a lot of different chickens. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, these are, yeah, a lot of chickens. So, now that we have that, our life just got a little bit easier. So, I have a porcelain doll, and what we're going to do with this is kind of do what this said to do at the beginning of it, and that is to make a porcelain doll. We have this right here. We have all these porcelain dolls that can actually spawn in mobs. So let's get our stone barrel. Stone barrel. We're going to have lava. And then we're going to make the actual porcelain doll. Or I guess not this one. Porcelain doll that we need is further down the list. There it is, the blazing doll. This is going to spawn in, hopefully, a blaze for us. And hopefully we get a blaze rod, but I am going to make sure that I gather a couple of these. Just in case we don't get it on our first try, we can always try again. Alright, so let's get this. We'll drop down the barrel, bucket of lava, and apparently you drop this inside the bucket of lava, or maybe you have to place it in there. Probably have to place it in there. Yeah. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but this thing will spawn a blaze. Oh boy, I'm like... Oh, I didn't know there was a timer, so I'm like anticipating the timer. Oh boy. Yeah, this is actually kind of cool. Because if you want to nab any of these different mobs, you can either easily capture them and then respawn them in your own mob farms if you wanted to. That's really cool. Also, we can take this doll and actually grab our $1 bill from it. I keep forgetting about some of these quests that I probably should be doing over time, so I should probably keep up with that. But yeah, we don't have really any enchant on this, but I hope we get, off of this first one, I hope we get at least one blaze rod. That's what I'm after, is a blaze rod. We have blaze, but I didn't want to make a compactor to get the blaze rod. There it is. Let's get him. And he didn't drop a blaze rod. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's grab a couple more barrels. Lava. I guess we can do 3, 4 buckets of lava. And not 64 of them. 4 of them. And we're going to try this out. Right? Place this. Place the buckets of lava. And we should get a pretty good amount of these guys. Hopefully, one of them will drop. At least one of them. They should. Alright, so each one of them are set, so all we have to do is wait. So these guys have spawned, and let's start taking them out. One by one. Alright, don't catch my base on fire. Alright, one of these has to drop a blaze rod, right? Really? No blaze rod? There's no way. Alright, we gotta put that out. Better put that out before that gets out of control. Well, I guess they don't drop a blaze rod? Okay. The only other thing I can think to do is to spawn them in here? What to do with that? I don't have... I could add an enchant to this, and that might actually get us what we need. Unless they don't actually drop... That doesn't make sense. They should drop. They are normal mobs. So, let's grab some levels. And what I'm going to do is get some emerald, or get some lapis. I'm going to get 9 of those, and some mob heads. Let's grab some heads. 3 of those, and a quill, book and quill. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a nice little enchant over here. So let's go ahead and throw that together. That should get us looting 3. And we should definitely be able to put looting 3 on this sword. Right? Take this sword, and we should be able to put looting 3. Yes. So this sword now has looting 3. And when we try this again... let's try this again. We should be able to get it. So these guys have spawned again. This time, we will have a little bit more of an advantage on them. There we go. So all we needed was just a little bit of luck. And a little bit of looting, and hopefully our base doesn't catch on fire. That is not what we want. Bad deal. Bad deal. Don't set my base on fire, please. Whew. Okay. So we made it through that. We made it through all of that. Oh boy. And that was actually worth it, because I now have all the stuff to make, that's right, the acceleration wand. So I think all we need... Whoa! I think all we need... Did that jump scare any of you? That kind of jump scared me. Whew, just having solo pop up like that. So, let's go ahead and take the advanced wand. We're going to need wand cores, so we're going to need these blaze rods. So I'm just going to grab some of the blaze rods. Like this. There we go. And hopefully we have everything we need. Let's just do one double check. We need bone meal, that's right. Bone meal. Oh man, this is going to make like my life so much easier as I speed up the ticks for everything. And I'll show you guys how these work. Awesome. So let's go ahead and make the core, which we should just need 2, I think. 2 wand cores? Yes, because this is an advanced wand core. Let's make the other advanced wand core. 2 advanced wand cores. Now we can actually make the acceleration wand. Oh man, does it feel good to have an acceleration wand. Poof. Man, that was a ride. Let's open up some of these bags. Oh nice, we got a music disc. Another music disc. I think by this point I should have just about all the music discs. Oh yeah, getting pretty close to having all of them. Alright, so now that we have this acceleration wand, you can see it is now charged up, and if you hit the equals key on your keyboard, you can set it to fastest mode. And what that will allow you to do is come over here to like your chickens. Say I have my emerald chicken over here. I can hit these. Now, we don't have the add-on that shows you the actual growth rate, but you can see here, look at the hearts as they go up. And if I keep going, this actually accelerates the growth ticks. Or accelerates the ticks of this actual block, and you can see it's going a lot faster while I'm doing this than it would normally. And you can speed this up really fast. And as you can see, before long, we're going to have emerald chickens maxed out. Like, we're going to have 10, 10, 10 max emerald chickens, and EMC will just not be a thing we'll have to ever worry about again. Because an emerald farm, much like this one, oh yeah, we would be bringing in so much EMC, it's unreal, and I don't even know. I guess we'll have to worry about it later when we get into Project E, because Project E requires a lot of EMC for a lot of their items. But yeah, doing it this way allows us... there's actually a bug right now, it is being worked on, that will fix these negative numbers. But if you do notice that is happening, sometimes it helps to fix it, to just pull these out, but for some of them it just doesn't matter. It's going to be negative no matter what. And as you can see, it does change. But yeah, that's going to be awesome. And you can speed up anything. If you want to speed up the power generation, you can just hit this, you know, until this thing runs out of lava. Because it's going to be like bumping up the amount that you can run. If you want to speed up any machines, you just right-click it on the machine while it's running, and the machine will just do its thing. And this thing runs on power, and it's being wirelessly charged by our controller. Super cool, and this item is well worth the time and investment that you have to put into it. So, things just got a little bit different for us. Now that we have this, it's going to get a lot faster. So, this was actually one of my most sought after items, and one of the items that I really wanted to strive towards getting as soon as possible, simply because it allows us to rush chickens a lot faster, even though I've already technically got to the emerald chicken. And you can see here, yeah, it took a lot of breeding, just a bit, and we do have an excess chicken over here that I kept just for breeding purposes. But yeah, we have a lot, so if we need to breed specialized chickens, we can now do so. And I really wanted to get into chicken breeding, because I didn't do so much in Stoneblock, and I probably should have, and I'm definitely going to do it in this pack. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and as always, thanks for watching.